Hello and welcome. I know that so many entrepreneurs struggle with where to spend their time during the day, during the week, and they don't know what activities to spend their time on. I'm going to share with you a really simple tool that would help you figure out if you're spending your time in the right places and how to shift it. So, welcome. I'm Diana Lidstone, the Entrepreneur's GPS, and I worked with seasoned entrepreneurs who want to exponentially grow their businesses. So, we're going to talk about 5 different task areas, and you can see them behind me. And I'm going to give you a simple tool that will help you focus in on the right tasks for your business goals. Sound good? Perfect. So, as you see behind me, there are 5 general task areas that entrepreneurs, business owners have to focus on. Administration and operations is number 1. Customer fulfillment, or working with customers. Customer service, keeping our customers happy. Business growth and development. So that is strategic planning, growing ourselves as a leader, that sort of thing, and marketing and sales. So you will see that they are numbered in red here. And the red ones are where the order in which new business owners tend to focus their time. They tend to focus their time on the administration, the customer follow-up. And look, marketing and sales is way down at the bottom. And unfortunately, that's why their business isn't getting the traction that they need. What seasoned business owners know, what very successful business owners know, is that marketing and sales drive your business. They give you traction, they give you the momentum, they give you the growth that you're looking for. So seasoned business owners start with number 1. Marketing and sales drives their businesses. That's where they spend the majority of their time. Then second is business growth and development. They know that in order to lead a business forward, they must become better leaders. And so that's where they spend the second biggest chunk of their time. Now, you might say, well, why not customer fulfillment? Well, truthfully, somebody else might be able to service your customers. Somebody else should be able to do the administration and operations. Somebody else can be trained to do customer service. You'll notice 1, 2, and then these are ones that can be outsourced. They can be outsourced or delegated. So make sure that you are spending the majority of your time on marketing and sales. And in fact, there are many, many, many business coaches, strategists that will truthfully encourage isn't a strong enough word. They will mandate that their clients actually keep a record sheet of where they are spending their time. Because as we know, there's only so much time that we have. And we need to know that we are spending it in the right place. Okay, so you've got those 5. Where are you spending your time? Just, give me a comment below. Now, I want to share with you the tool. And this is called the Entrepreneur's Scorecard. It was originally developed by a gentleman by the name of Todd Herman. I've made a few tweaks to it. And it's going to help you keep score and actually put a dollar value to the exercise. And if you would like a copy of this, please feel free to reach out to me, put some comments below and say, yes, Diana, I would like a copy of this PDF. So here we go. And you can do this on a blank piece of paper. You're going to divide your blank piece of paper into 4 columns. 4 columns. $10 an hour, $100 an hour, $1,000 an hour, and $10,000 an hour tasks. Now, we wouldn't pay someone this amount of money, but just for the purposes of this exercise, this is how we're going to do it. Okay? $10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. All right. Now we're going to talk about the ones in the $10 an hour column first. And you will notice that most of these, the skill level, yes, it takes some skill, but it's not highly skilled. It's not expert level. And that these are non-revenue generating. So these include things like managing your inbox, social media, invoicing, billing, and scheduling, basic customer service, tweaking your website, bookkeeping, tracking metrics. Those are simple, administrative, and operations tasks in this column. $10 an hour. What's in the $100 an hour column? Now, here's where it gets to be a little more skilled. And as you will notice, we are starting, the skill level is starting to increase, and the amount of marketing and sales also increases. So in the $100 an hour, writing blog posts, writing other content, project management, writing your newsletter, customer follow-up, copywriting, maybe editing podcasts, setting up automated sequences. Those are all $100 an hour tasks. $1,000 an hour. You go, what could be in there? So this is where we really start to talk about revenue generating activities. So the first thing in the $1,000 an hour is what I call your CEO date, or some people call it a sanity meeting. Every Monday morning or Sunday night, I hold a little meeting with me, myself, and I put on my CEO hat and I plan out my week. I make sure that my schedule is good. I make sure that everything is good for my week. What do I need to accomplish? Sometimes I have to adjust my schedule. Sometimes I have to add in some writing preparation. Okay. So CEO date is number one. Number two is strategic planning. Am I going to set aside time for strategic planning for 90 days, for the next 90 days, for the next month, whatever it happens to be? Am I going to be building sales campaigns, writing sales copy, having sales conversations? How many sales conversations did you have this week? Prepping for maybe Facebook Live, prepping for speaking or a podcast interview would all come under this. This is the preparation for the marketing and sales. In the $10,000 an hour task area is the actual marketing and sales. So whether it is teaching a masterclass, whether it is public speaking, whether it is networking, being on a podcast, being interviewed, Facebook Lives, those are the doing of the marketing and sales. So those are some examples, as I said, of those four categories. And here's how you are going to calculate how you are doing. So the first thing you're going to do is, on a separate piece of paper, what's your goal for the year, your financial goal? And I just picked 100K because it's easy to calculate. And then we're going to take that goal and divide by the number of weeks that you want to work. And so I said 50. Again, just as an easy calculator. I don't want to work 50 hours, but anyway. And so that comes up to $2,000 a week. It's not what you need to earn. This is for the purposes of this scorecard where you are spending your time. So I'm going to walk you through my week this week, okay? And I have prefaced this by saying this is an unusual week, but it is a week. So I'm actually doing 3 podcast interviews this week. Podcast interviews, $10,000 an hour, $30,000. I'm going to one networking event, $10,000. One Facebook Live, $10,000. my CEO meeting, my sales conversation, and prepping for my speaking. Okay, so then we go to the $100 an hour. I'm writing a blog. Probably, well, I said an hour, maybe two. 3 hours. Now I'm moving into the $10 an hour tasks, right? Maybe 3 hours on my inbox for the week. Maybe 3 hours a week on social media. Maybe 1 hour a week on, what did I do? Billing and that sort of thing. So now I'm going to add up those and see if I have hit my goal for the week, my baseline goal, because I know that there's going to be some weeks I'm not going to hit that. There's going to be some weeks I'm going to have no podcast interviews or networking or Facebook Lives. But the idea is to total this up. And if you are spending more time on $10 an hour weeks, or tasks, I should say, then maybe it's time for you to be looking in where you are spending your time. And this is just a tool. And as I said previously, it is a tool that I use with my private clients. And I have 2 of them this afternoon, and we are going to be working on this with them so that I'm sure that they are spending their time where they need to be spending it. Now, these are people with million-dollar businesses. They're going to have to be spending more of their time doing those $10,000 an hour tasks than ever. So I hope this has been helpful to you, that we have talked about the 5 different general task areas where you should be spending your time. Marketing and sales is number 1. And then going through this entrepreneur's scorecard so that you can self-evaluate to see whether you are spending your time and being able to calculate how you can spend your time in the right areas. And if this is something that you would like a copy of, this entrepreneur's scorecard, just, make a comment in the comments below. Say, yes, please, Diana, I want that PDF. And, or send me an email at diana@dianalidstone.com. Hope this has been super, super, super duper helpful for you, and look forward to speaking to you again. Take care. Bye for now.